This is Prague. How are we doing? Today on the Artist Alley, we have Jeff Victor here. Hey Jeff, how you doing?
How's it going? What's up?
Going all right. Who else do we have with us here today?
I always go
I'm looking
last,
everywhere
so
because I have no
guys.
idea where
we're
I'm
talking
looking
about
on
the
my
chat?
screen. No, I'm talking about you guys.
Oh,
We have a
hey
Trevor.
guys, this is not Prague.
No, it's not.
All right, this is DeLorean Wolfgang. You guys are taking too long to introduce yourselves. This is great audio content.
It is.
And this is Josh.
Excellent.
Nice, Josh. Excellent. Oh, we also have Ed that joined us.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to Ed, Alejandro, hey Mr. Rosario, Ben B, Jedi, Meg.
Dang.
Good stuff.
And thank you again, Jeff, for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Will
This
you
will-
be? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I said this will be fun.
Excellent. Yeah. So, do you want to give a little bit of a background of who you are, how you got started into art?
Oh, God.
Started at
Yes.
the very beginning.
My parents love each other very much.
Right? So he knows
Go
what's
on,
up.
please.
Not too much detail there.
Okay.
I'm
all
still learning about how babies are made, so maybe this will enlighten me.
Yeah. Well, I've been an artist my whole life. I always was a compulsive doodler, and especially love doodling comic book characters and movie characters and pop culture in general. And I've kept all my sketchbooks from when I was a little kid.
right. Oh heck
Are you
yeah!
kidding? That's amazing.
Old. And you can see drawings I made of like Superman and Batman at 5. And
Okay.
yeah, I've always loved doing it, and I've been doing it ever since. You can't stop me.
Nice.
Wait, so you have them like in your possession right now, to where we might
they're
be able to take a look?
They're at my parents' house.
Ah,
but,
darn it!
but I can show you, I can show you one if you want to pause. Let me just run over and get one real quick. I can show you.
Are you
Absolutely,
sure?
we can entertain the our people in here.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Nice result. Heck yeah.
Ah, he's got popcorn stealing.
And here we
If
are.
anyone in the chat is not familiar with Jeff Victor, both Prague and Josh have his art behind them right now. So that style where he does kind of evolution pieces, where you see different characters as they've appeared in different versions of pop culture, whether it's the original comics, TV shows, movies throughout the year, all that good stuff.
All right. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there
I
you
can
go.
see that.
Horribly glary. But that's a drawing I made when I was about 4 or 5 years old of Superman.
That is impressive for 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
way better than what I would have done.
And right next to it, this is a drawing I made. That's me. And you can kind of see
That's Roger Rabbit.
Roger
Yeah.
Rabbit.
Fitting.
We just talked about Roger Rabbit
Yeah.
in our last episode.
Friend of the
Yep.
show, Roger Rabbit.
Friend of the
Wow,
show,
so-
Roger Rabbit.
So that was a part of a. Is that in a book?
Yeah, that was just kind of like my very first book called Wicked Crispy. I included those just to kind of show like how far I've come, kind of a thing.
That's
Now,
amazing.
where that name come from? Wicked Crispy.
Wicked Crispy. Okay, this is a long story. Well, no, I won't make.
Trust
All right.
me, we got plenty of time.
Okay, not. But years ago, I want to say in the 90s, sometime in the mid 90s, there was a KFC commercial where they introduced Kentucky Fried Chicken at the time to England. And they had this little boy, and he was trying his very first KFC. And he bites into it, and he goes, "Wicked crispy." And I never forgot that. I thought it was so fun. It was so endearing and so cute. I go try to find that commercial on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe it's still there.
I'm looking it up right now.
I feel like that's something dumb that I would remember. Because I remember all those silly,
Yes.
stupid things from commercials back in the day. I'm like,
I don't know, but Wicked Crispy always
Alright.
stuck with me. And
nice.
I just was dying for somewhere to use it. And that's just kind of what popped in my head.
That's funny.
Oh, it
I like
takes me
that.
to your website.
Wicked
your website?
Crispy.
Yeah, that was the name of my blog. Yeah.
Okay.
Wicked Crispy.
The Wet Fart Happy Holidays.
What?
Are you on the right place, sir?
There is something
that's
that's. This is not yours.
I don't think so.
It's epically inappropriate, you guys.
Oh, definitely don't share it then. I don't know what that might be.
Oh no, that's
Somebody
what it
has
says on
hijacked it.
top, but it's a bunch of art.
I
I
may have
can't-
stunbled into the dark web, sir. Back
Yeah,
out.
this is.
back
Maybe I should.
This is the
get off of here.
OnlyFans page.
out. Right?
Okay, I'm getting off of
I'm
here.
afraid. I'm very afraid.
I need an adult.
Yeah.
So Alejandro says in 4th grade, my Superman would be a stick figure. So yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 4. I mean, you said you were 4 or 5. So that's even more impressive to me.
Oh, I
with that
probably
Superman.
stuff. I mean, don't get too impressed, really.
All right.
Well, you look like you're fairly young, so I feel like 4 or 5 was probably what, late 90, 99?
Ooh, yes, sir, Ben. That is.
No. Or,
Right on.
mid 80s. Early.
Oh,
80s.
wow. Nice.
Wow.
I'm older than I look.
That's awesome. Good for you.
So am
just
I.
learned that I've got wrinkles under my eyes, and it's driving me up the wall every time that I go into the kitchen. Or kitchen, the bathroom. Sorry, to look in the mirror. I'm trying to find this damn commercial.
Don't look in the bathroom, kitchen.
I
That's
should've
not the same place.
Okay, what are we doing here?
He's like, why am I? I don't know. You derailed the conversation there, Alex. I'm not too
I
sure
did.
what's going on.
Well, I'm trying to find this Wicked Crispy.
So one of the questions I kind of have that I like to ask people is like, what are your favorite characters growing up to draw?
Batman. It's always been Batman. Like,
Okay.
yeah. I've drawn so many pictures of Batman over the years, and it never gets old. You know, I mean, every couple of years there's like a new artistic interpretation. You know,
right.
Look at Batman. You know, for years it was the Adam West, and then once Tim Burton came along, it was just like, okay, now this is Batman. And then, you know, Christopher Nolan came along. It's like, okay, now this is Batman, and it just kind of goes on. Everyone's got their own kind of take on it, which I love. And he's a versatile enough character that you can do that.
Nice.
So I like drawing like caricatures of Batman and like scary Batman and cute, fun, smiley Batman and all sorts of stuff.
Awesome. I love it. I love Batman. So
Fantastic.
happy.
So, like, what's your evolution of pop culture? What kind of inspired you to want to go in that direction with doing art? Because I know, like, I think when I first found out about you, it was on Kickstarter. I think in 2018 you were doing was it like Pop Culture of Evolution book? And I think you did 2 more before that, which is like just your art itself, and then another evolution one.
Yeah, the first evolution I did was actually over 8 years ago, and it was just kind of spun out of. I was drawing Natalie Portman characters, and I just thought like, you know, I was trying to like come up with a situation where it's like maybe they all meet each other, or I don't know. I don't know what was going through my head, but I just like drew them all in a line. And it occurred to me, it's like, oh, this is kind of like a timeline. Mm-hmm. So I added like the dates behind them, and I added like that bar that you see in all my evolutions, just to kind of like visually tie them all together. And that became my first evolution. And then that no one cared, you know. I posted on my blog. No one saw it. I did it for a couple of months, and all of a sudden, like people started to notice and started to get a little bit of retweets and not retweets. I wasn't on Twitter back then, but shares, I guess, on, you know, Facebook and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then it just kind of kept going, and everyone had a suggestion and like, oh, you should do this. And I'm like, oh, great idea. So, you know, I just kept going and, you know, and I've done 100 at this point.
Holy cow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
But it's been fun.
That's awesome.
I love
amazing.
Of watching time progress, I guess you could say, or watching, you know, how things. I'm obsessed with how things change over the years, like logos and characters. And
yes.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, you know, Back to the Future goes into this a lot. I mean, that's the whole like kind of theme about Back to the Future is, you know, seeing the more things change, the more they stay the same. I mean, you know, the gas station in 1955 versus like 2015, and you know how everything kind of correlates with each other. I think that's fascinating.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. It's and actually speaking of Back to the Future, Trevor at, I believe it was Designer Con. Was it Designer Con? Is that where you got
it might have been Designer Con or WonderCon.
Yeah, he ended up getting me the Back
Convention
to the
Center one.
Yeah, it was definitely Anaheim. But yeah, he got me the Evolution Back to the Future one, and I love it. It's actually, so I'm having my first kid, and it's hanging up in her. Thank you very much. It's hanging up in her room now. Next to the children's book, the Back to the Future children's book that you can get now.
The one by Kim Smith?
I believe so.
Yes,
yeah.
That series,
yeah. I'm a huge fan of her. She's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fun series. It's a cute book.
Mm-hmm. She did a E.T. one and
yeah, she did a whole slew of them. Karate Kid, Home Alone.
Yeah.
And I love the, you know what? She's not our artist. I love your art too. Let's talk about your art.
There's plenty of goodwill to spread around. I mean, I'm a big fan of other artists. I'm a big fan of, I go on Instagram and I get lost for hours, just like, oh my God, these people are so talented. It's crazy.
Sure. Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Up an artist alley, I have to get sketchbooks and prints from everybody. And
God, I'm gonna miss that. That's why we're doing this, but
Yeah.
still, it's not the same. I wish we could go to conventions. How has that affected you this year? Do you go to a lot of conventions normally, or do you kind of mostly stay at home?
Yeah, just as a fan, I go to conventions. But I mean, I do a lot of selling there too, and so this is it's unfortunate because it's taking away a lot of my yearly income. So that's why I'm trying to hopefully sell books on prints online and stuff.
Of course.
But yeah, it's the life of an artist. It's the life I kind of signed up for. So
it's interesting that you say that, because not too many artists has had to deal with a pandemic to really put a halt on everything.
Yeah. I mean, luckily for me, I do have a day job, so I'm a graphic designer as well. So and I do some illustration, it's like freelance from time to time and commissions from time to time. So I mean, I'm doing okay. It's just the conventions definitely were beneficial as far as bringing in enough money to get by, and
you have a steady flow of customers that are coming to you rather than you chasing them or something. So
right.
Yeah, and I said it's hard to get customers or buyers or however you want to say it, online. I feel like people they see the product right in front of them. They don't have to pay shipping. It's I'm personally much more willing to pay for something at a convention where it's I'm in the zone. I'm feeling good. I want to support an art that I can get an autograph. That it's easier and it feels better to me than just ordering something online. But it is.
I am 100% with you. Being at a convention and seeing the art up close, and I mean, Artist Alley is such a fun place to be. And when you can actually sit there and actually talk to the artist and get to know the artist, that makes you fall in love with that art even more. Yeah. And that's, and like we said before, these are reasons why we started this whole Artist Alley thing, is because we want people to get to know the artists. I mean, people have seen your work before, but how many people have said that they've gotten to talk to you? And so the people in here, hopefully they get to know who you are as an artist. And
I mean, I'm pretty introverted, so it actually is pretty exhausting to go and go out and stuff out there, but you have to do it
once in a while. You do. So tell me a little bit more. Did you have any schooling in this, or did you kind of just be what, I'm an illustrator and that's the way it is? I
went to University of Kansas. Have an illustration program there, but the professor, the teacher, was not exactly enthusiastic about my stuff, I guess is a democratic saying it. He told me that I wasn't much of an artist. So I said, okay, well then, and so I actually that. I mean, you would think that it would make me discouraged, but it actually kind of made me work that much harder and just get really frustrated and say, look, I'm going to make it and, kiss my butt, basically.
Right.
I actually got my first book to him and saying, thank you for, being a jerk. And,
thanks for being the best.
It is the best. I had a teacher in 6th grade, because I was not good at every other subject except I was good at writing. That's the only thing I was really good at. She said that I was plagiarizing my work, which wasn't true. And I was so mad that she did this to me. And then it wasn't until years later that I realized that it was really a compliment.
It was because you're too good. Right.
It's hello, some of us can be good at, certain things and maybe not others, but she didn't believe that. It's interesting what teachers how they can impact us in different ways that we don't expect. So neat story. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, but I've always, like I said earlier, I mean, I've been keeping a sketchbook of superheroes and movie characters, and you guys, I should publish this on Instagram or something one of these days, because it is fascinating to see. I've been doing evolutions. I found an old one from when I was about 12 years old of all the Batman up until I think Tim Burton was the newest one, but I had done the old movie serial Batman, then Adam West, and the comics, and then I was 12 years old. Wow. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've just had this idea in my head for just a really long time. So
Probably not known it, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I think you should publish some of those. That'd be a lot of fun to see.
Absolutely.
parents' house, so I'd have to go back and know when I'm going to be doing that anytime soon.
I know, right?
Now, are you in LA right now?
Yes, I'm in LA. My folks live in Chicago.
Holy
wow.
cow.
That's where I'm from.
Quick trip.
So you can't like run next door and grab it or anything. Okay, I see. All right. Hey, just invite them into the call. Here, we'll send them the Zoom link and they can join us here. And
I don't think they would have the slightest idea how to do it.
and maybe with my folks.
I don't know if they are high. I hope
Right?
they are.
I always so my parents are in Florida. Every time that I try and talk to them, I'm always trying to get them to send me a bunch of my stuff that's still at home. I'm a 35-year-old and I'm still like, Mom, bring me some more of my old toys.
Right? Remember that old set I had? Can you send that to me?
Yeah, I've still got all my old Star Wars, He-Man, Transformers, all that stuff's back in my phone.
Oh no, that stuff's always with me. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah. Well, I figure once I get my house, then I want to bring all that stuff in.
That
you know,
makes sense. Yeah.
then it's mine. I can put up my shelving displays and everything. Right.
Yeah.
But in LA, trying to dream about buying a house is like wishful thinking.
It is.
Hey, good luck, brother.
Good luck. Yeah.
I got lucky and found a fairly cheap place out in San Diego. So I'm like, oh, thank goodness. But man, I think because I'm married up, so.
Hopefully Stacy's not listening to this.
She's not. She doesn't.
Okay.
She doesn't even know that we moved over to Twitch yet.
That's funny.
She doesn't even know what Twitch is.
Like Twitch? Oh dear, that's great. You have fun with your little friends.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys a long time, or like as a group together, or is this something new?
I barely know these guys.
Yeah, who?
No.
About a year and a half now.
Oh, okay.
We've been doing this. So
yeah, so Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you've been friends for this whole time, or just like decided to do the streaming, or?
Oh, I don't like these people at all. I just podcast with them.
Luckily enough, we can podcast very well together, but no
in
love
person?
Here. No, we so about a year and a half ago, we started playing Fortnite together, and through just playing and chatting through there.
These guys.
Every time that we would chat, we're like, why don't we just start recording this? And so we did.
Nice.
It took us maybe about 2 months just to figure out a name and what we're actually going to do. And then, just started it. But the whole Artist Alley came from pretty much COVID. All of the, right once they announced Emerald City shutting down, we're like, well, you know what? We need to do something. And this is where we came in and started doing this.
I was supposed to be in Emerald City, and I was going to go. Like at the time, it was still kind of iffy. You know, people were still traveling and hadn't had the shutdown yet. And then at the last minute, I thought, I better not. I'm just going to feel weird if I go. And if I can't, that literally that weekend was the weekend of the shutdown.
Yeah.
At least in LA. I'm not sure where it was with you guys, but if I had gone, I probably might have, well, I don't know. Who could say? I might have been stuck up there. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess you would have been, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
There's a lot of chatter in the chat, actually. It's kind of
so we have a question from the chat. Josh, you got that one?
Yeah, it's from Betwasted Ed. He said, what is the strangest request for a piece of art that you've had?
Oh God. I get sometimes like erotic requests, which like weird, not weird. I shouldn't shame anybody. It's not weird. It's just
It's just different.
Not my cup of tea. I don't really want to be associated like drawing that stuff. I try to get more of like a family friendly crowd, but it's okay. I mean, it's fine. Like you can ask. I'm just gonna say no.
Right. It's like
unless it get really tough and I'm out of work and I desperately need, then it's all in. I'm going all in.
So no Sharon Stone and Basic Instinct. Okay, so
Yeah,
Pass
under a
over
suit.
that one. Okay.
Yeah.
In like that cartoony look behind you, there,
Right.
Prague.
Right, exactly. Now, some people in the chat are saying that you really should hook up with a t-shirt designer because your designs would work really well on a t-shirt. Have you ever thought about doing that?
I have. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit nervous about that because obviously I'm doing properties that aren't mine. I'm
True.
feel kind of guilty enough just kind of doing prints of this stuff. But I feel like I wouldn't be. I'm not competing with anyone legally, but like t-shirts, it's a kind of a whole another ball of wax.
Right.
I'm not sure legally if I should be doing that, so I haven't yet. However, I do a series. I don't know. You guys might have seen them called my phone fell. Called minimals, which are like those like geometric rectangles of color that
Okay.
people have been kind of passing around. So those, I'm thinking maybe I could do a T-shirt of those because I feel like that's more in the clear. I mean, I don't know. Like if you guys are tuning in, let me know if that's something you might be interested in. Because I'd be like that. That's actually pretty likely that I might do something like that if there's
fun. Right.
I feel bad that you're having to hold your phone right now.
He's like, that's right.
Gonna have some great shoulder muscles after this.
I know.
Right. We do have another question. This one's from Toys R Us Kid. Jorge is asking, did Jeff ever mention any inspirations of his? I don't think you did. Do you have any kind of art inspirations, or even not necessarily just like an artist, but just anything?
Yeah, I mean, I love cartoons. I love comic books. I've been reading comic books since I was old enough to read. And yeah, I've always been drawn to cartoony, humorous kind of illustrations. Love movies, Pixar. I mean, God, you name it. Like my whole brain is just like filled with all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I started when I first started. I called my characters. Wait, let me see if I get this right. Bubbleheads, because they would all have a giant head and a little body. But I didn't know what bobbleheads were. Bobbleheads.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was something I came up with when I was like 5 or 6 or something. And so anyway, that was kind of like my brand called Bubbleheads. And you can see like my work still retains that kind of like big head, small body thing. It's always something I've been interested in.
See, I think you should sue Funko is what you should do and get all the royalties for that.
Oh, crush me like an ant.
No. I think you have a case to be made because you have some old pictures there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to work with Funko someday. That's like my dream company. So
nice.
But
we love Funko.
They don't hire people that are outside their area. So
well, we used to know
they're
people
not doing
there.
much hiring right now.
Yeah, they're not doing much hiring right now.
Oh, so it's not.
Yeah. Well, it's just the whole COVID situation.
Whole
I guess
COVID
was not easy on them, unfortunately.
But
oh my God,
can we talk about Pops for a second? Like, holy cow, dude, your collection is ridiculous. Is this just part of it that I'm seeing? I see like at least about 3.
Hey Josh, you should turn off your background so we can see your collection too.
He's like,
oh yeah, definitely make sure that it looks good.
He's like, did I clean? Is my underwear away? Yeah, I think Trevor has like $500,000 worth of Pops behind him.
Are you serious?
These are dude. 46,000 for these few, like probably 90 of them. They add up quick.
Yeah,
they do. I mean,
the rest aren't worth much. That's why they're just like.
I gotta learn how to work my camera.
Dude, wow, look at that.
Josh. And then over here, so.
Is that the new Marty?
That looks like the.
Yeah.
How come you got the new Marty?
Oh,
what? Did you not order it, sir?
I ordered it from Walmart,
for sure.
and I'm still waiting for Walmart to send it. They said August 6th is when I'll receive it.
Gotcha.
Buy from Amazon.
Walmart, like they're ordering some absolute trash.
Yep.
Well, that sucks, man. I want them. I want them all now.
Want them now.
Shout out to Ben B's suggestion to make a Funko Pop 6-pack of one of your Evolution series.
Man.
I'm
expecting, like, when I first started doing the 6 evolutions, because they used to be in a long row. But then when Instagram came about, I switched it to doing, instead of a long row, I did two levels of three
Right.
each,
Like
because
this
it would,
and this. Okay.
yeah, it would look better on Instagram. And I thought immediately, like, oh my God, Funko's going to do this, and they're going to do like a 6-pack of this exact idea. I'm 99% sure it's one day it's going to. And I just, you know,
How sick would that have been, man? Oh my God, so awesome.
I mean, we may know some people over there. Maybe we can throw them.
Not so much anymore.
Not as many.
Oh wait, I guess you
Unfortunately.
guys still talk to Reese, I guess.
Yes.
I don't.
We still talk to him. Maybe we can throw him a bone and say, "Hey, this
Hey,
guy's
check
pretty
this
awesome.
check this guy out.
Look at that."
I'd be honored, you know, but I get a lot of people, you know, telling me that I rip off Funko, but I'm like, well, not really. I mean, for a long time.
Exactly. It's like, which came first?
Yeah, I mean, I've been ripping off. I mean, ultimately, like, you know, one of my inspirations was like Sanrio, you know, and that's been around since the 70s. I guess if anything, I'm ripping them off.
Right. I mean, that's art. Art inspires art, and it's going to happen for generations to come. So.
And
yeah,
again, you're making licensed stuff. You know
that too.
Yeah.
You can only do a version of Thanos so many different ways.
True.
Looks like 6.
I'm happy with that.
I do my best not to copy anyone or anything, but you know, there are certain coincidences. Like a lot of people do chibi style art, you know, so I try not to. If I see that they've done something, I avoid it.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, nice. I don't see if anyone else in the chat had any more questions, but they're all eating this up pretty nicely here.
While they're chatting in there, so what is your what is your preferred method of your art? I know that a lot of artists are using Procreate now. We've talked to artists who use just strictly Illustrator. What is your go-to?
I just got Procreate. I know I'm like super late to the game. I haven't even used it yet. I just got an iPad. I'm a little bit slow when it comes to technology, which is why I'm holding my phone up to Zoom. But yeah, so I just got an iPad with Procreate. I have yet to use it. I'm dying to use it. But right now I use Photoshop, just like Photoshop.
Wow.
Where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Creative Cloud. Yeah.
I would not have thought to use Photoshop for this.
Awesome.
But...
Yeah, and if you guys stick around, I'll do like a screen share demo of like kind of how I work, so you can kind of see like step by step how it works.
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, our fans would love that. They love that kind of stuff.
A second hour, I guess. I'll leave it to you guys to kind of like let me know when we've run out of conversation. I can show you some drawing.
Of course.
Absolutely.
We got a question from Benjamin. He says, "Are there any characters / actors on your to-do list or draw list?"
Oh,
like anyone you haven't yet?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. But the thing is, like, I like to kind of keep people guessing, so I don't want to. But yeah, there's a couple good ones that you guys are going to see soon.
Okay.
Ooh,
well, that's fun.
I like that.
Right. Now, when you get commissions now, like how does that work? Do they contact you on your website? Is there a way to do that?
There's not an official commission. I have a Big Cartel website, which is jeffvictor.bigcartel.com. But there's no like a designated commission slot. It's basically just email me, and you know, depending on my availability or my schedule, we can work something out.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. But like I said, I don't want to get into pricing and all that stuff now. But just email me.
Of course not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to know that you do have that option for people that like your work and maybe want their own character.
Yeah, I mean, prints are obviously like the most affordable option.
Sure.
Books is like the next step up as far as cost. But then, you know, if you really want to go above and beyond to get a unique piece, then yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Very nice. Well, that's exciting.
Awesome.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I love going into Artist Alley is to watch people draw and, you know, ask for something that maybe I haven't seen before, or mashup things. You know, I love the mashups of two different characters or ideas. So always kind of fun.
That was the cool part about when Trevor showed up and handed me your art. That was the first time I had ever seen it before, and I thought, this is insanely cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's something unique that you don't really see. So yeah, I very much I'm excited to see more. So yeah.
Well, great. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I always have a tough time buying art. So to actually buy art at a con, that speaks on its own.
Oh well.
That's true.
Yeah, I've actually have a binder of prints that I haven't got frames for, because frames, let's face it, they're expensive, and
Right. It's hard to
once I
find
get
places for 'em.
I'm gonna cover the walls and prints, and
Nice.
because I've been saving them up over the years. I bought a lot of cool stuff, but I prefer books. I don't know about you guys, but I like books because they can, you get more bang for your buck. You get tons of pictures, and you can just slot it in a bookshelf and
Absolutely.
come through it whenever you want. It's fantastic.
More pictures, less words, dude. All for it.
Yeah,
Right. And don't you have a book that just came out?
I do. Yeah, it's called Evolutions, and it's like a compilation of all my evolutions from the past few years. Which this may not sound like a lot, but it's actually almost 200.
Not bad.
Man.
Yeah, I've been busy, but yeah, I've got a copy of it right here. Sorry.
Thunk. I heard the thunk. Nice.
I'm trying to do this one-handed, guys. But,
So
Oh my God, look at
listener
that.
Ed says you can try to use a book to hold up your phone if you want to try that.
Oh,
A stack of books.
yeah, I'd have to go get a stack of books, though. You're absolutely right. It would totally work 100%, but then I'd have to drop the phone and go get some. I mean, if you guys want to give it a pause for a few minutes, I'd be happy to do that.
Absolutely, man. We can talk to the chat for a bit.
I feel bad
Josh
for your
just
arm.
posted the link to your new book.
Oh,
okay.
good, because
There you go.
I was actually just looking on Amazon, and I'm like,
Don't worry.
I don't want
I
Amazon.
got all that taken care of.
No, it's not on Amazon. It's actually very, very limited. I only made 700 of them.
Ooh,
And it's
act fast.
What?
Ellie
Oh, I might have
700 folks in the
And-
chat.
Yeah, 700, and they're almost 2/3 gone already. So
Oh,
Hey.
So jump
me
on in now.
yeah, don't wait.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was done.
Oh, okay. I actually found my answer anyways. Guys, I might have to get this book.
Get it?
Do it.
I like that
Might
cover.
have to. I like the
It's-
cover,
it's awesome.
and I'm flipping through the pages, and I'm like, ooh, this is
Yeah.
and
pretty
you have
sick.
200 prints versus just one.
Just
I like book. I was always that was always my thing at Christmas, was asking for different art books or behind the scenes art books and all that kind of stuff. So I have a ton of those.
yeah, but I want him to sign it.
Well, there's the remarked edition. That's what Jorge
Yeah.
said. See?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, graphic custom illustration. Holy cow.
Wait, a custom?
Custom illustration?
Wow.
Oh snap!
Do
Oh
it, says
man!
Ed.
Keep going, Prog. I think you're selling it.
Yeah, I like how
Right?
Ed's always telling me to just do it, and I'm like, where am I getting all this money from where I could just buy things?
Right, Ed?
Thanks, Ed, for making me poor.
And
Just
then
sell the DeLorean and you're good.
Yeah, that's about $30,000 I can just
oh no.
Put into collectibles.
put into toys and
The DeLorean's just a big collectible.
He's like, hold on. I mean, he's got it.
exactly.
No, that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. We'll try another book.
Hang on one second. Let me.
He's a
lower
pusher.
Well, now I've got to look at
Jedi
this.
gets it. It's easy to spend
Exactly.
other people's money.
Oh,
That's right,
is that
and
what it
Legoland.
is?
Exactly. Well, how are you raising and lowering yourself? It's like magic. What's
Oh
going on?
yeah,
He's a magician.
elevating desks.
Nice.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
And now I'm watching your YouTube. Oh, it's a thick book.
Hell, it's thick with two C's.
Thick.
Ooh, with 2 C's, baby.
One more.
Oh, yeah. That's
You're
Superman and Clark Kent.
A very awkward thing here. I'm trying to get enough books that it's the right level.
All right.
Oh, that's like an all Steven Spielberg page. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Nice. He's like, all right, now you're ready. Stretch those arms.
Okay. So here's the book. As you can see, it's
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
It's almost 200 pages, and there's a whole bunch of evolutions in here that I haven't posted online. So you get about 20
Oh wow.
brand new ones.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And it looks like it's a fairly new book. Like this
Yeah.
is
It hasn't even officially come out yet.
oh
Pre-orders.
Ooh.
all right,
ooh.
screw it. I
There's-
think I'm just gonna have to do it.
They're shipping starting I think in a week or so. I did this through Kickstarter, So I'm sending all my Kickstarter books out next week, and then and as soon as I'm done with that, then I'm going to send out my big cartel orders.
Dang,
That's awesome.
Scoop Street. Yeah, nice.
Can you tell us more about the remarked edition?
Yeah. The remark it's basically just like I'll just draw like I'll show you. This is Wicked Crispy. That's just because I've got it on hand. So a remark is basically just like a little sketch that I do.
Ooh,
That's
So it's
son
just
of a bitch.
an original sketch, and that's actually one of the reasons I'm not selling on Amazon, because it's obviously like it's all handled through
Out of your hands.
their distribution. So I wouldn't have a chance to sign it or draw on it or anything.
Right.
And each book that you order comes with like some free gifts and little throw-ins and stuff like that. So if that also entices you, just great.
Well, I think it just enticed me.
All right.
I just hit add to cart.
the chat says that's sick. Very cool. So very nice.
Do it, DeLorean.
I may have to be right back. My wife needs help with something in the other room, and my wife is 8 months pregnant, so I am doing anything that she asked me to do at this point. So please don't miss me.
Permission.
Well, I already miss you, but I tried. So Pets and Pop
She
Shell
was
says
definitely
you should let me
watching
get
the
your cat.
stream, and she's
Hilarious.
like, "We're
She
taking
is.
all
What-
credit cards away from
What are we
you."
doing?
I can still hear you with Bluetooth headset.
That's the point.
Oh wow, he's open at the garage door. No, I was just mentioning what Cheryl was saying about you should prop your where did it go? Propping it up against your cat. That's what happened. Okay. Your phone. That's funny.
This is probably as good as it's gonna get, guys.
No, it's perfect.
No,
I
you're
like
good.
it.
You're good.
Yeah, you got that nice light halo above you now.
Oh no, I like it. Let me see if I had other questions for you. So that was about schooling characters. So did you have a point in your either career or early on where you're like, oh, that's definitely kind of my style?
Yeah, you kind of go through zones. Like if you look at some of my artwork from like maybe 15 years ago, it looks so different. I could show you an example.
Yeah.
So in my book, I threw a couple of these. Most of it is like the chibi style art that you guys are accustomed to seeing. But in the very beginning, so you can see this is Tom Hanks, and as you can see, look at my style there. It's super. I don't know. It's very painterly, very but also very caricature-y.
Right.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah. Here's like John Hurt in Alien. You can see that.
Dang, look at that. Yeah, with the cracks thing and everything.
Yeah, and here's the Spaceballs.
Right. Nice.
Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, Doctor Who. But as you can see, like it's a lot more detailed, a lot more time consuming. And it basically just got to the point where, I'd rather just like do a chibi style, and it's easier, it's less time, spent, and I can just crank them out faster.
Right. Yeah, I can see that older style kind of being like more for like a children's book that you spend a long time working on, like a project, versus something you would do all the time.
Yeah, and I do 2 evolutions a week, and I've done that for like 2 years, and it's just after a while, you do kind of like want to speed things up and like kind of get it done. So because there's weeks where you're just like you're out of ideas, you're exhausted,
There you go. We got some more questions actually in the chat. This one is after my heart. Jorge is wondering, do you like Calvin and Hobbes?
Oh, dude, are you kidding? I love Calvin and Hobbes. That actually, if you want to talk about influence, that was very formative. My aunt got me the very first Calvin and Hobbes book when I was a kid, and it just like completely shook me. I mean, I'd always loved like Peanuts, and that's type of cartooning, but Calvin and Hobbes had kind of like just a little bit of an edge to it, and it really spoke to me as a kid.
Nice.
So I wouldn't say I draw anything like Bill Waterston, but
right. But at least like in terms of
artist and influence.
Sure, of course. No, it's great. Yeah, it's too bad he ended the series so early, but yeah, what a great series.
He got a legend, man. I mean, like there's no Calvin merchandise. He walked away from millions and millions of dollars
on purpose. Yeah.
just because he wanted the integrity of saying, I just don't want to. I want it to remain pure. I want it to remain a cartoon.
Yeah.
And there could have been Calvin and Hobbes movies, and just a Hobbes plush alone could have been like $1 billion for it right there.
Yep.
So,
yeah, interesting choice. I like it though. I agree with that choice.
Really,
he had a Calvin and Hobbes book when I was a kid, man, and I was obsessed with that thing.
Same.
Yeah. Sorry, I was listening to everything, and I'm like, but
me
back.
I can't talk about it.
Your wife?
Oh yeah, everything's good with the wife. Yeah, she's just having internet issues, and I wonder if it has anything to do with this, with being live.
Probably.
It's okay. She understands. She's doing online shopping while I'm doing online shopping.
Right.
Let's see. Evolution book.
Now, Hula Girl was asking, how young were you when you started to draw? And it sounds like you're probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, maybe even. I mean, I've got documentation that shows like literally because my mom would write, Jeff age 4, Jeff age, on all the papers. So that's how we were able to keep track. But yeah, for that Superman one that I showed earlier, that was I think it was 4 or 5. I can't remember.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, my mom used to do that too.
Are there any characters where you started out and you're like, I can't figure out 6 evolutions for him, and you scrapped it?
Oh yeah. A lot of popular ones. Like I've really wanted to do like Kate Winslet, who's one of my favorite actors. But the problem with a lot of those movie characters is, yes, you've got Titanic. You can always like rattle 3 or 4 easily. But then there's always like, 1 or 2 that you're just like, oh man, you're racking your brain. Like what? Because she's been in lots of great movies, but not the ones that you would like immediately come to mind, or that you would immediately recognize if I showed you out of context.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that's another one that I would say is in like the top 3 of
like the blue hair and whatnot. Yeah.
Right.
But like guys
like an iconic, you can see it identified right when you look at the poster.
Yeah, so I try to pick people who are I can't talk right now. That are immediately.
I have that problem every week.
Any context, yeah, and so they're, sometimes if just like I can see one of you guys has like a Winona Ryder. See that? I actually had to throw in some extra bits of context.
Right.
If without Edward Scissorhands in the background of that, it would be hard to recognize what that's from.
Yeah.
Or Dracula and the one on the bottom left.
Right.
It's tricky. It's kind of a weird balance, because I don't want to confuse people. I want people to like look at it and go, oh yes, boom, 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 boom. I recognize all of these guys, rather than just kind of look at it and go, I recognize one of them, but I don't know who the rest of them are.
Right. It's like, oh, what film was that from? Right.
Yeah. So, I try to pick like the ones that the main audience would have heard of or would have recognized.
Right.
Like this purple guy behind Josh. I mean, who is he? That's a joke. I'm just joking.
But yeah, Al Pacino and I did Robert De Niro. Al Pacino's another one that I really want to do, but I look through his career and it's always like guy in a dark suit.
Yeah, he looks the same in everything.
You see his face get older.
Right.
Like sense of a woman. He's wearing a dark suit. Dick Tracy's wearing a dark suit. He's got a little bit of makeup on, but
Friday Night Lights, he's wearing a dark suit. Friday Night something like this.
I like the Al Pacino in Friday Night Lights. That's the one I have.
That's Friday Night Lights. It's oh god, it was a movie that came right before Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, Any Given Sunday.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh
god. I like how you were trying to get the word in edgewise, and I just proved a point of mine.
I'm trying.
Great.
Yeah. But yeah, so stuff like that, yeah, it's tricky, so yeah.
Grimace, that's hilarious. Oh, this is a good question. How did you land your first big contract, and who approached who?
My first big contract?
Like anything you've done with anybody, like Warner Brothers, DC,
Nickelodeon, Hasbro.
My first real job was at Nickelodeon, and that, believe it or not, the younger people in the audience are not going to believe this, but actually back in the day, I got a job there on Craigslist.
Wow.
Which is like
no way.
it would never happen today. It would never happen. But this was back in 2007. It was my first job, and first artistic job, I should say. And they were just looking for like a prop artist, just to do like little prop bits and stuff. So I applied, and it was originally going to be like a 6-month gig, and it ended up turning into a 7-year stint. So,
oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, so I was there for a while. Left in 2014, and then got hired again at this company called ABC Mouse, which is an education company for small children.
Okay.
Ever heard of that?
Yeah.
It's funny that ABC Mouse
is now Disney.
It's
not Disney, but ABC
Sounds
is
like
owned by Disney, and Disney is a mouse.
It's a small world after all, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little strange, but there's also, if you know the company, there's ABC Mouse, and then he's got two brothers, or a brother and a sister. One is Do Re Mi Mouse, and
Wow.
and there's, oh God, I'm such a bad employee. I can't remember.
Dude, it's okay.
Anyway.
Are you still with them?
Yeah, I'm still with them.
Oh,
okay.
Then yeah, you're a bad employee.
Yeah, what the
heck? I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
So they were wondering what were you drawing at Nickelodeon? What were you doing for them?
Yeah, you might have heard of. It's called Neopets. You know Neopets?
Maybe.
Sounds
That sounds familiar.
It was like a virtual online experience game thing.
Gosh,
like Club Penguin?
I'm sorry?
Like Club Penguin?
Yes, but this Club Penguin. This was it was I'm not sure entirely about the history of it, but so Neo, if you Google it, you can see like it's kind of Pokemon like customized.
Right. Yeah.
And you'd play as the character, you'd get a pet, and then you'd get, you play games or do things to get points, which you could then like get personalized clothing. So I don't know.
Right.
I did design a lot of the outfits and some of the characters and props and this and that. So, but it was a fun job. I love that play.
I bet it was fun. Did you ever get slimed?
No, that's the Nickelodeon cartoon, the animation department.
Darn.
This was virtual department. So there's three Nickelodeons. There's one that's live action that make all the live action films. There's one that does the animation, SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents and that type of stuff. And then there was the digital one, and then that was like Neopets and Pet Park and Ninja Turtle video games. And that's what I worked on.
Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
So
he
still plays Neopets, and then Simshu says she plays it sometimes.
Wow.
The Kacheeks are my favorite characters.
Yes, Kacheeks are my favorite characters too.
Oh, dude, this is awesome.
Now you're taking me back.
I did want to say that I got slimed.
Did you?
I did.
Universal Studios or where?
Universal Studios Orlando when I was like 10 years old.
Epic.
We did the tour of Nickelodeon because I had to do the tour every time I went. And there was one time where they just chose me out of the crowd. They said, "Okay, we're gonna slime this kid right here." So they brought me into this big open area in front of just these like as a 10-year-old, it looked like a stadium full of people when really it was like maybe one bleacher full of people. Pretty much all the kids who were pretty much on the tour with me.
Right.
But yeah, man, they've psyched us out a bunch of times where they would take a bucket and they go, "Oh, we're gonna slime him," and then they would run to the crowd and throw confetti on them. So I kept thinking, man, I'm gonna get slimed.
Hilarious.
And then I did. I finally got slimed.
Nice.
Yeah. What was the consistency? Was it like real watery or was it like real thick?
Real watery. Yeah.
Oh,
it was real watery. But for some reason, I still remember, in the tour, one of the kids asked, "How do you make the slime that's in?" Because I don't know if you remember, but at Universal Studios they had the geyser fountain of slime.
This is gonna surprise you, but I actually worked at Universal for 5 years.
Oh, awesome! So you definitely know.
Yeah. Worked at the California one though.
Oh, okay. So this kid asks, "Hey, what's in this slime? What's in?" And they're like, "Oh, everything from trash to boogers to apple cores that people just throw into the geyser. We just use it all. That's all a part of the slime." And I'm like, "Wait, you're gonna throw that on me?"
So gullible.
So I was obsessed with Nickelodeon when I was a kid. I loved it.
Who wasn't?
Yeah, I got to like walk. So they had these. They had the tour would take you on the rafters around Clarissa Explains It All. So I got to see the set of Clarissa Explains It All, on their off day when they're not shooting. But I got to see that and Gullah Gullah Island. So that was pretty cool. If anybody remembers Gullah Gullah Island.
I've never been to Universal in Florida, but I'm very familiar with Hollywood.
Yeah.
Very.
Well, they shut down Nickelodeon out there in Orlando. That's been shut down for quite a few years. How long has it been actually since you worked there?
Oh, a long time. I left in 2005, so yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
So it's been, 15 years? No. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Time flies.
Wow.
I need that.
I know, right?
I need that gif of, like, Matt Damon turning into an old man, like...
Yes.
That's how I feel with these wrinkles, dude. Oh, yeah. Anyways.
Keeps on slipping.
Into the future. Well, it looks like we're coming up 8 o'clock. Would we want to try and do some live doodles?
Or show you the process, whatever?
Yeah. Show you some I don't know if I'm feeling really confident in doodling, but maybe...
okay, of course.
Guys,
that's fine.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm absolutely horrendous at live drawing for people because I feel like every stroke, people are like, ooh, no.
Oh, dude. Literally sit there and trace your own stuff, and we would go, wow, this guy's good.
All right, well, thank you. If we're maybe, but yeah, I don't know. But if you guys have any more questions, like, feel free to
continue.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, I believe Josh Voorhees got a question.
Okay, it says, what has Jeff enjoyed most on his work, other than his artwork?
What do I enjoy most?
Yeah, that you worked on.
In terms of like presenting it, getting good feedback is always great. But in terms of like my own personal satisfaction, it's just like crossing a threshold. Like as an artist, there's always moments where you do a piece and it's not working, and you kind of like somehow are able to kind of put it together in a way that, because a lot of these caricatures that I do, I do it like 100 times. I'm trying to get it right. And then all of a sudden, like something clicks and you're like, yes. And then that's satisfying. So I guess hopefully that answered your question.
I think he meant, what's your favorite character to work on?
Oh, my favorite character to work on?
But still, your answer was fantastic.
Okay. Any superheroes. I love Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Wolverine. Wolverine's always a fun character to draw because he's got so much like personality.
Yeah.
And never go too far with Wolverine. Like you can just make him like super buff and like hairy and nasty and fang and everything, and it's never enough. Like you can always go farther.
Yes.
Yeah, we have another one from Coach JD. He says, "What do you prefer, traditional or digital?"
I used to prefer traditional, but digital is so much faster. Think of like you got an empty canvas, right? If you want to paint a gradient, like a sky gradient, that can take like an hour or more, just like making sure you're blending right and you're doing things. On digital, you could do it in like 10 seconds. Like it's nothing, so you can crank through the art. Now there's drawbacks to that too, in the sense that you're not, people, it's lacking the handmade touch of a traditional. But there's also like the undo feature. And because I'm constantly like, if you see me draw, you'll see like, it's just make a line, undo, make a line, undo, make a line, undo. And it's constant, this like ballet of like, nope, doing it. That's right. And that's, very easy to do in digital, impossible for traditional. Like you really have to have, I feel like it's much more difficult because if you screw up, like there's no going back.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Right?
for sure. Well, and with Photoshop, I mean, every update that Photoshop comes up with, it just makes it even better and better and better. Because I use Photoshop on a daily basis. I'm a video editor, so I use a lot of Photoshop and Adobe Premiere. And the updates that they do just make it just cleaner and cleaner. I don't even know how they figure out how to make these things cleaner, but they do, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. I remember, I'm kind of dating myself, but I remember when Photoshop first came out, like it was a revolution and people were just like, oh my God, like just to be able to draw with a mouse on the your line in real time go. And like, that was just extraordinary.
It was insane.
Yeah.
My father brought home a copy when it first came out because he worked for the local newspaper.
Oh yeah.
So that's what they had to use. Like he wasn't used to this digital age. Like, he worked with his hands for his whole life. And he's like, I don't know what to do with this. It's like a $700 piece of software. And I'm just sitting there doodling with it and playing with it. And nothing serious with it.
I think the original one was like Corel Draw or something. We had
it was something like that.
Something like that. My family had like an old Mac. And that was the first thing that you could do. And you had like 5 colors. You had like black, yellow, red.
That's all you have. Yeah.
Green. You could have like a spray can. I don't know if you guys
God, the spray can. I do remember that.
That was like the only way you could shade anything.
I remember those dull days. Oh yes.
Yes. Now it's more complicated. But
So I've never taken this out of the box, and
oh, it's your Ken doll.
This thing.
Oh, it's Marty. I'm sorry. Okay.
This thing looks so realistic, man.
I should go get mine. But be really careful,
dude.
because the see those little buttons on his vest? Those are notorious for like flaking off. So just be really careful.
Oh my God, I think I'm already missing 2.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Like I should have.
Alex destroys all the stuff that he has. That's why
Every
Pretty much.
time.
Well,
I just had a whole row of like 9 pops fall on the ground, and I blamed an earthquake, and there wasn't even an earthquake.
oh,
I don't even know how that happened.
Yep, like Baby Yoda's ear.
Oh, Baby Yoda's ear broke off on the stream. Yeah, that was fun.
what? A pop?
yeah.
Yep.
How?
Wow.
Those are like invincible. How did they break?
And I think we were even live with like Sully or something from Funko too.
Oh no.
And it pops right off.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh well.
Guess they don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got worker man glue in here, so I just glued it.
Oh,
Ben says this
There
is
you
why
go.
you can't have nice things, Alex.
Yeah.
You're
Pretty
right.
much. Yeah. Pretty
So
much.
do you want to share your screen on your tablet?
Yeah.
okay. Hang on 1 second. Let me get this thing going here.
Excited.
Hang on. Give me 1 second.
No rush.
Ed, inbox for life.
I saw that. For you, maybe. Normally I wouldn't say that. That's not my go-to. but
I've sat on
you?
boxes, so that doesn't really help.
No. Yeah, exactly. You can easily step on them, kick them on accident. The boxes will ding.
So
Yeah,
Jorge,
when they
I
fall off
believe
shelves. Yeah.
Jorge just asked, do you have the same Marty? I believe you said that you've got the Marty from 2.
Yes. Yeah. No. I've got the Marty from part 1.
Oh, okay. So you do have the same one.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
I wanted them to do a doc
Right.
in the white radiation suit, but they never did. So
Yeah.
That's really weird that they wouldn't do that.
Well, I'm excited what NECA's doing. Everything that NECA's coming out with, I'm like super pumped to start seeing more.
NECA doesn't fail too often.
Well, and did you see the whoa, yes.
Oh, you just made my millennium. Look at that.
okay. So I just wanted to kind of show you my process.
Oh, I'm in my happy place now.
I hope this takes an hour because I love this already.
Well, it's also my favorite movie, so continue. Go, please.
Oh, so
Because he looks like you.
Yeah. I'm like, am I not wearing one of my 20 Beetlejuice shirts today? Well, yeah, I do like Michael Keaton, that's for sure.
So this is just kind of just to show you like kind of my actual process. So first I don't have the sketch. I don't keep any of my sketches. I just, as soon as they're done, I just like toss them, which I should probably not do, but
right. No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't stop.
So here's the line art. So when I first start drawing, I always do in black and white like this first, and then I do flat colors. And what this is, so basically this is just to kind of like get the base color for everything, right?
Okay.
And then I go over that and I add shading. Now what this looks like, this is a by layer. So if I turn it to normal, it looks kind of like a muddy brown mess. But when you put it on multiply, it basically darkens everything beneath it. So you're looking at just the shadows, right? And same with this. You can see the, just to give it some more dimension.
Right.
Okay, so then I do what I call like the lighting pass. This is just kind of like a very simple way of lighting something. So what I do is I put a yellow layer on top, and then just kind of hit it with like a little rim light, because I always think it gives it a little extra dimension. I think it looks good. So you'll see that kind of style. Then I added highlight. His eyes are kind of popping in and out, just to give a bit of extra, a little extra pop. And then to finalize it, I add some red. This one it's a little bit extreme maybe, but I wanted it to kind of give it like a lush kind of hot desert vibe, because this was like the desert creature.
Oh yeah.
So I just added, and this is just like a little bit of red, and I have that and a burn layer, which basically like kind of is similar to what I showed you before with the shadows, but it just kind of gives it a little bit of heat, I like to say.
Nice.
So when you go over these, do you, like for instance this red layer, did you it looks very like it's got a gradient to it. So you went over it when it was normal and then went into multiply.
Right. So what I do is I select this layer here, and then well, let's see. How did I do this now? Oh yeah, and I added a layer. Right. Okay. So I selected the actual layer of the worm, and then I go on and add a layer, and then I take like, let's say, like, I mean, you could do any color really. I mean, you could take, and then just do like a little bit of a brush gradient, see like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Then just do a color burn, and it just gives it. I mean, this I wouldn't use this green. Obviously, it's like way too saturated. It looks more like there should be like a neon sign or something behind him. But
yeah.
Like
that actually is now giving me ideas for like neon signs in my photos.
One thing is more like that door to the underworld.
Yeah, and you can use, I would definitely like desaturate it and like lighten it up. It's way too intense, but just to kind of give you an idea. And you can do, oops, that's not what I want. You can change the hue. Sometimes I'll do this and I'll just kind of see what looks good. It's kind of sliding the hue.
It's almost like it's animated now. It's like,
yeah, and you're right. Once you hit that red, the red definitely made it pop a lot more.
Yeah. So let me go back to burn on that one. Yeah. So it just,
so good
to give it like a little bit of depth. So let's go back and okay. So here's
Juno, you're a caseworker.
So okay, let's just focus on Juno first.
I love that movie so much.
So yeah, so again, here's the original sketch. Now I would whenever I do a caricature, I always like pull up the image search, try to get like the best kind of reference that I can find.
Right.
And just kind of work it through until I feel like I kind of got it.
Work it.
The flat colors. Here's the shadow layer. Here's the little red bump. It's subtle on this one, but just to give her a little bit of flush. Here's the yellow highlights to round out the forms. And then I completely forgot she had a pearl necklace, so I added that last minute.
So you said that you have a reference that you go off of, and you work it until you feel like it's there. I feel like sometimes, like myself, and I wonder if you're roughly the same way, where you never feel like it's completely there? You know, because I'm always so judgmental, and I would go, I need to just add something else. There needs to be something else. I need the hair to do something, you know, just, you know what I mean? Like, do you ever go through that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm my own worst critic. I'll be the first to tell you, like, you know, stuff that I did 6 months ago or a year ago, 5 years ago. It's just like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. But you know, as an artist, you kind of have to like move past that. And that's another reason why I post so often. It's because like, I tend to get precious about certain things. And if I don't post, or if I don't say, okay, if I don't stick to my schedule, then I get very precious, and I say, it's not ready to be shown yet. You know, and I keep reworking it. But if I have a schedule and I say, okay, now I got to get it done, I got to do this by this date, then I feel a lot more like, okay, well, it's done. It's not perfect, but let's get it out there, you know?
Wow. I'm very impressed with you, man. That's awesome.
Thanks. So I'll show you
just by the way, your handbook for the recently deceased.
Oh,
everybody should have this. You should always carry it with you.
So this one, as you can see, I actually did a blue. I did a blue and red overlay.
Huh.
It's a little bit different, but again, it's just to kind of give. Oops. Now, see, I don't remember what I had on that. Anyway, just to kind of give a little extra color gradients, color variations.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you guys get the idea. I mean, I don't work in a ton of layers. As you can see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers for each character.
Right.
You know, I don't go crazy.
Right, but I mean, your original art, just the sketch of it alone, I mean, that's, to me, I would be going, hell yeah, I just did it. Because I mean, it looks so good. That's what I mean. Like, I can't draw something that good looking. So,
all right. Well, let's try to draw a little something live here for you guys. Oh boy.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh my goodness. Right. You don't have to.
All right. Okay. Let me just kind of get set up here with my brushes. Okay.
Now, how are you doing? Are you using a stylus?
Yeah, you can't see me, but yeah, I'm using a stylus pen, and this is on a tablet.
Okay. Oh, so it is on a tablet. Okay.
Yeah.
Coach JD just asked, what kind of tablet do you use?
Currently, I'm using a Wacom or Wacom 2020. Not entirely sure, actually. It's basically the same tablet that I was using at Nickelodeon. I liked it so much that I just grabbed one for myself. I mean, I bought it.
Oh, okay.
Just grabbed it off the desk on your last day.
Nickelodeon will never miss this.
Yeah. They won't mind. They're rich. No, I bought this. It's been great. It just doesn't have a camera, which is why I'm like forced to kind of deal with the situation that I'm dealing with. But okay, so let's. So any well, you know what? I'm setting myself for failure with requests, so I'm not.
Yeah, do what you want. A character that you like.
Is this someone's gonna say, "Hey, draw the Battle of Gettysburg" or something?
Right.
So we get a lot of Star Trek requests. What else do we get? Oh,
Batman works.
Batman. Oh, we always get Oh my God, this Batman already looks so sick.
Look how fast! Look at this.
So quick,
dude.
too.
What the hell, man?
That's what you call under promise and over deliver.
Oh no.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
It's like it'll take me 2 years to do all this.
I forgot he's got a.
Stop. Everyone wants to draw me as things. No, you don't have to.
Oh, Prague.
Draw Prague as Beetlejuice. No.
Yeah, you know what that is? Beetlejuice.
This is me. Yeah. What?
Nice.
Showtime.
Oh my God.
It's interesting because I have never seen anyone do this in Photoshop. I always see people do this in Procreate. So it's like a different way of doing it.
Yeah, I'm old school.
Oh, that's cool. I like it. And it makes sense.
I just got real quiet because this is just phenomenal.
So I'm going to basically do what I showed you guys before with So how I color it, I do the flats, right?
Right. Look at that.
Oh my god, this could be a giveaway, guys.
There's his mouth. Prog juice. Ew. I don't think you want that. Trust me. I never would have thought to even add that, you know, that like that
purpley blue
periwinkle, whatever it's called.
Periwinkle. Oh, that just sounds cute.
It just sounds cute.
So Meg asked,
oh my
if
god.
you might have answered it earlier, but do you have a favorite character set that you've drawn?
Character set. Okay.
Characters.
Yeah,
You mean
like one of
an
those evolution sets.
honestly, like my favorite one is the Little Shop of Horrors. That's the one I put on the cover. That's one of my all-time top 5 favorite movies, and it's my favorite evolution. I worked like 2 days on that one. I did not let any detail go unnoticed.
Nice, dude. I love Rick Moranis.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to want to be an actor, and I thought Seymour Crowborn would be like the perfect acting gig for me.
Pretty much.
I mean, look at me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am just blown away by what you just threw together here.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, but Ed's saying this is very Adam West looking. He likes it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's kind of the 70s Neil Adams Batman.
Well, I like what you do with the background there.
Yeah.
What tool is that they're using right now? That's just a regular brush?
No, it's basically just a chalk brush. Any Photoshop program has it. It's just I spaced it out a little bit, but it's if I'll show you, like, it just looks like that.
Okay. And you just kind of blotch it out.
Yeah, I kind of blotch it.
Okay, I like it.
But yeah, I don't know.
Wow. That was fascinating.
Holy dude. You just threw that together.
No, he's still going.
Oh yeah. Okay, so now this is the flat color. Now I'm going to do the shading. Okay, so I go to.
Oh, so you go to multiply almost immediately. So
Oh,
it's not like you're starting in normal and then just multiply.
So just kind of bear with me here. It's sometimes.
Now I see that you highlighted what.
Yeah. So
how does that help?
I just selected the color that, just so it locks the shape, so I can work within the shape and it won't go out of the lines.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Multiply's a little dark, so I'm gonna just turn down the opacity just a bit.
Dang.
All right. So then do the same thing, except use that yellow layer, kind of a yellow orange. Switch my brush back to what do I want?
By the way, the chat is going nuts right now. We've got, I love it. Yes, love that. Such an amazing one. Awesome. Love this. This is so cute. This is incredible. Freaking amazing. Keep it in the bounds is never mind. We all know what that one's for.
Yeah. Draw within the lines, right? Just color within the lines. You're good.
All right. So that goes to overlay. My bad. I told you guys I'm not good at drawing in front of a crowd.
Dude, you are blowing everybody away right now.
Yeah,
me included. But that's probably because I am not an artist.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
do you want me to show you my banana painting again?
No.
Whoa.
Oh, to make it purple! Hey!
Purple's better!
Yeah, this looks better.
Wow.
So yeah,
awesome.
Batman, and
that's fantastic.
Whoa!
A little Siggy Sig.
So that took about 3 minutes.
Well, it didn't really take a lot of time on that, but you get the idea, basically.
Right.
Well, and that's exactly what, like, that's exactly what we kind of wanted to know is, yeah, your process, and that you just showed literally your entire process.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Now, with a piece like this, how much more time would you spend to kind of perfect it from this point?
Well, it depends. Like usually on an evolution, like Batman, I've been drawing all day, like because I've been doing remarks of Batman in my book. But yeah, typically each character in an evolution takes about an hour. So multiply that by 6, and you basically can kind of guess how long it would take for a full character evolution. Sometimes they take longer though. Sometimes the more characters that I do, like the Winona Ryder, for instance, like, it takes a little longer because there's more characters. If it takes a lot of reference time, I have to look for,
right.
Sometimes like I can draw Marty McFly out of my head, like no big deal. But other characters.
Oh, challenge accepted. Let's see this. You don't have to, but I mean, if you want to.
You just make sure that this
I'm trying to think how this could work for a giveaway, because it seems like people just want this.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll send a JPEG. Anyone who wants one, I'll send a JPEG to anyone who's listening, and they can have it for free.
Nice.
Oh wow,
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
I'm not sure where I'd post it, but yeah, no worries. Okay, let's try another one, shall we? So let's see. Sometimes I'll do like I'll show you like my sketching process.
Yes.
So like, so if I'm not sure about a pose, I'll usually want to like sketch it out. If I'm doing like just a standard like character standing straight up, then that's easy. I don't need to do that. But let's see, maybe with Marty, we'll have
my God, you're gonna add a DeLorean.
Oh no.
I like how you throw that in there. Mm-hmm.
A running person.
Are you kidding me? I just got goosebumps already.
It's a hoverboard. That's what it is, folks. Oh, he's looking behind. Oh, he's. Oh yeah, he's nervous, man.
He's
running
being
away from
chased.
Yeah.
Biff is back there.
Maybe this is the part where he's like over the water and it stops and won't move anymore. Yeah. See? Exactly.
McFly, you bojo!
Okay, so got his turned on inside out.
Yes.
High tops. Okay, so obviously this is like extremely loose, but you get the idea. So then I'll take the opacity down, switch over to black.
Somebody in the chat just said this is McFly. Sure
Yeah,
is.
somebody. I believe he's from Prague, Prague.
Oh yeah,
International flavor.
Yes. Oh, this is heavy. This is Alejandro. There's that word again. Heavy.
Oh my God.
I wish I would have like continued to keep drawing as a kid so that I could draw all my favorite characters all day long. I'd be like, I'm just going to draw my favorite character doing this and doing that.
Seriously.
As well.
Like Julie does that. Julie just sits there and draws Pennywise all day long.
Well, I think she stopped doing that, but yes.
Well, she's got other characters that she's now been dabbing in. So, oh my God.
Right? Pretty incredible.
And you're absolutely right, Prague.
It is McFly, isn't it?
We really should have, just kept drawing as kids.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, man. Just incredible, says Meg. Little bits of water. Nice.
So it's funny that you're putting the bits of water. So was it, I think it was not this past, was it this past week? Yeah, I think so. This past weekend, I wore my Marty McFly costume out in the ocean, and went wakeboarding. My buddy owns a boat, and I wakeboarded for the 35th anniversary of Back to the Future. So it was pretty cool getting out there with the costume and whatnot. It weighed me down heavily because a jean jacket and that life preserver vest in the ocean can really get heavy. Oh, hey, heavy.
Jessica says for being nervous about drawing, you're doing awesome work, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. I am shaking right now, actually. This is like terrifying.
No. Oh, I feel bad. I don't want you to feel nervous.
No, it's okay. It is not my favorite thing to do, but happy to do it.
Well, we appreciate it because this is fantastic.
Absolutely.
No worries. If you guys like what you see, definitely go to my website and or my Instagram, leave a like, follow me, and let me know that you dig the stuff.
I already have your book in my checkout bag, so I can't help it. It's too damn good.
Right.
Well, and here's the thing too, like we in our group that we have that tune in for the most part every week, everybody's extremely positive, everybody's extremely nice.
Right.
Like you're never gonna find a bad person, so everything you're doing. Yeah, I try to keep up to date with like the positive people. There's always like trolls that come on my webpage or my Instagram that talk a lot of smack, but I try not to deal with them too much.
Smack. I'd smack them.
Oh my god, dude, you're March 1st to July 1st Leonardo.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't been easy for anyone I know, but
no. I've seen that ninja, the beaten up Ninja Turtle, but I haven't seen it put in a meme like that, so that's great.
Yeah, I came up with that, and when I saw that picture, I'm like, oh god, I got to use this somehow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And yes,
now
I know.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no. I was just gonna say I know these shadows are looking dark, but they won't be for long. In case any art critics out there.
What I was gonna say is someone in the chat earlier mentioned Jason Voorhees, and if they go to your Instagram, you actually did a Jason Voorhees progression.
I did.
Yeah,
so I wish I could remember who requested Jason Voorhees because I really want them to see it.
It was Ben B, and he already saw it. He went to the
website. He already saw it? Okay, good.
Yeah, it's all good.
And Josh, thank you for adding all of the links for his Instagram, his Facebook, and his Twitter.
Yeah, Instagram is probably where I'm best known, I guess. Twitter, I just joined not too long ago, so I have not a whole lot of presence there. But
he's like, why is everyone yelling here?
Oh, don't go to Reddit if you don't want to get yelled at. Jeez, I posted a picture of my DeLorean on Reddit, and someone said, why don't you go up to 88 miles an hour and run yourself into a wall?
Yeah, sounds like Reddit.
So I requested, I don't understand what this is supposed to mean.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't understand like that type of hate. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Nor I. Someone told me they didn't like my drawings and I should go kill myself. I'm like, all right.
Whoa!
Oh, people just want to be trolls. They don't even care. It's like it's no context needed. It's just whatever they can say to get a rise out of you or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
It happens. Just kind of ignore them. The Captain America is pretty awesome, says Alejandro. I think that's the one I've actually seen Hero Evolution of. That's a good one.
So there you go, Marty. Rocking out.
I like the little nose glint. That's cute.
Looks amazing.
The sneakers, his tie-up sneaker, nice.
Might be a little dark, actually. See, I'm always second guessing myself. Okay.
With the hoverboard.
There you go.
That is fantastic.
Dang, Victor, this world needs you and your amazing art, says Jorge.
I'm going to switch it off.
Nice.
And more positivity.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hang on. Let's see.
Oh, that's a good question from Ed here. He's saying, have you ever done the evolution of the TARDIS?
Doctor Who is actually probably my most requested one, and I'll be perfectly honest, I have never seen the show, and I have no idea how to get that. I did actually see that there's 13 Doctor Who's or something, because
14? I don't know.
Sounds about right, I guess.
Have to one out, and that's kind of making me not want to do it. But I don't know. Yeah, I know. I should probably get to it one of these days. Maybe I'll make it like a special poster or something where I can do. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I could do like a limited run poster.
There you go.
Then I can get them all.
Yeah.
Because
people will go nuts.
Didn't the new Doctor? It was a female Doctor. Oops.
She's fantastic.
Is that going or is that done? And
she's still going, I think.
I'm pretty sure she's still going. Yeah.
They're just on hiatus right now, or in between.
Yeah.
seasons.
Oh, yeah.
So how long does each Doctor last? Like, is it guaranteed like 2 seasons and then out, or does it just keep going until they get tired?
I think it's up to the up to the showrunners plus the doctors. Like David.
That's
Tennant
what I'm thinking.
Did a couple seasons, but the first guy only did 1 season. Matt Smith, he did like 4 seasons or something.
Yeah.
I would assume it's probably whenever they've decided they're done. Like, all right, 2 seasons is enough.
I'm ashamed of myself that I don't know any Doctor Who stuff. It's kind of like a pop culture blind spot for me.
Me too. Yeah.
I apologize for that. Oh, my phone's crap.
Man down. Yeah.
Sorry. I tried starting Doctor Who from the beginning, like season 1, where it was black and white. Don't do that.
Oh,
definitely do not do that.
I didn't even. That was
just start from the new reboot.
Yeah,
because there's like 38 seasons. Just start from like the last 9 or something.
Good lord.
Toys R Us Kid is asking, do you watch anime?
I don't. That's my other cultural blind spot.
Yes, I like this guy. Jeff, you're a good guy.
Josh is the only one of us who does watch anime.
Yeah.
I get tons of requests for anime, and I'll be honest, like I have no idea what anyone's talking about.
Jumbo Kappa Pikachu. Like what? I don't know.
One.
From season 12, episode 8. Like,
Wow, Prague.
All right. But I did just do an All Might My Hero Academia one. So hopefully it might help.
There you go. All Might. Huh, okay.
I did watch the episodes of My Hero, and it was enjoyable. But I get burned out really fast on TV shows. I'll watch. I can probably name like 100 shows where I've like watched the first couple episodes, and I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm done. I know.
That's funny.
But the more seasons there are of something, the more like likely it is that go away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
A lot to finish a show.
Okay.
So I know we talked beforehand, but we wanted to do a giveaway for everybody who's here right now.
Yes. Okay. Check it out. I've got a giveaway of.
Josh, sign out of Twitch right now, Josh.
Oh wait.
You're not allowed to join in on this one.
Okay. All right, it's fine.
Oh, yeah. So anyone, I don't know how you guys do your contest, but like just
let me know. I'll set it up right now.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna do it live.
What's up for grab? Print.
Do it live.
$20 value. So.
All right.
That is awesome.
Is this glossy too, huh?
No.
How do I enter again?
It's in a sleeve, plastic sleeve.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the print itself is not gloss.
Okay.
But it's on like.
Nice. Look at Alex trying to fix his doll in the background. This is amazing.
Sorry, I thought you guys were doing the giveaways, so I was like wanting to play with my doll.
No, I think Trevor's trying to set it up right now.
Dude, this thing is just I haven't opened this box and I've never looked at it, so that's why I'm like kind of fascinated by just the detail.
I'm shocked that you have. When I got mine, I couldn't wait to tear it open.
Right?
So
me too.
So
I paid a lot of money for it.
The giveaway is going to be, we're going to have it run for the next 20 minutes, so we'll almost run to our conclusion of our show for tonight. All you're going to have to do is put Thanos once I say go. You don't have to start yet. And then we're going to use actually secondary silvers or Twitch currency, so be sure to put exclamation points to see how much you have. And see if I can type it right.
Pointas?
We're just going to have each ticket cost 25 secondary silvers, because
this is a
seems to be
good
the going
prize.
right.
Yeah, it's a really good price. I'm jealous of whoever wins.
And you can buy up to 3
I might DM
tickets.
you.
And if you don't win, it's for sale on my website too. So there's
There
always
you
that.
go.
There you go.
Should show everyone what I made.
Oh, cool. Top
Maybe.
10. So, yeah, you can buy up to 3 tickets. So, if you have enough for 75 currency, that's all good. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's hope this works.
So,
We'll see. You said
Good
how
luck,
many?
everyone.
How many do they need to do to enter?
So, you just have to
25?
put exclamation point Thanos and then the number 1, 2, or 3. And then
so up to how many
it's going to cost
raffle
25
tickets?
each.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like that one, Judy.
This is gonna make me. This is gonna make me want to start playing around with Photoshop now. But I feel like I need to. Let me write down what tablet did you say that you have?
Well, I wouldn't advise getting this because it's way expensive, it's way heavy, and it's not as
Okay,
good as
then I don't want that one.
this is like an old one from like maybe 7 years ago. So I can't give a recommend to this, but it is called a Wacom Cintiq.
Okay, let me. Where did I put all my pens?
These are like crazy expensive, and I can't really like just keep updating every couple of years. So
Oh, for
I think
sure, yeah.
$1,000 or something.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
would you say that a lot of these, and I'm not thinking you're an expert or anything, an expert on these things, but you might be. With tablets and whatnot, they,
There you go.
could you just get like a $300 one that has a stylist, and would you be able
An
to?
iPad,
iPads are, I think,
But iPads are expensive.
$329.
yeah, it's cheaper than a.
You can buy
I
them
mean,
used.
I got one for like 600 with the Apple Pen, which I think was like
$100.
bucks or 100.
Look at Alex.
Maybe I don't need to start drawing anymore.
No, you don't.
I'll just
Well, you
draw
get
on
it.
paper.
You get a 7th gen iPad for like $329, and then get the pen for $99.
Target. So
Target.
those knobs, yeah.
I'll look
Yeah,
at
you can do that
Target.
too.
Okay.
Oh wait, wait. Are you talking about what are those things called? Did you just say it?
I'm just being a smart ass.
An Etch-a-Sketch.
Yes.
My father-in-law just found his old Etch-a-Sketch from like the 50s or 60s or something like that.
I
And
still things work, or why anyone would want to use one of them. I mean, they're just, you can make like a straight line or like a kind of a diagonally zigzag, and that's about it.
I was able to draw a shoe.
Oh.
There you go.
But that was about it.
You should start chiseling stone or marble. That'd be nice.
Oh, right. Oh my God.
I don't know how those people did that.
Well, now I want to try and draw something. Every time I do this show, I always want to try to draw something because it just inspires me
Alex,
to want
save
to
it
draw.
for Monday. Remember, we're doing something new.
Is that what we're doing Monday?
Still gonna draw right now. It's not gonna stop.
He already forgot.
Not gonna. Well, of course I forgot. Are you
Well,
kidding
yeah,
me?
because
I'm-
last time you drew and then we never did it on Monday and we never launched it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true. They're saying, "Do it, Alex. You should draw."
See, our chat is bad influence.
And Coach JD is gonna make a marble bust of me. That's nice. Okay.
That's weird.
Do you
That's
have
our
any more
fans.
things you can share on your tablet? Existing art or anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've got tons of stuff. What? Give me like some kind of parameters. Like, what are you interested in seeing?
Maybe some horror stuff. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
It's props wheelhouse.
I know,
What's the
like
oldest stuff you have on your
that
tablet?
too. Would be fun.
Oh, hang on. I just disconnected my hard drive. Just a second.
Dope.
Okay, I should get this back. Old stuff. I don't. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I have any really. Let's see here. Horror. I can show that.
Like favorite villain, favorite supervillain, any kind of thing.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
like villains would be fun too.
Oh, supervillains?
Yeah, if you have any.
It might actually just be easier to show the book rather than like dig up all the artwork.
There you go.
So I have a horror section in the book.
Ooh, Stranger Things is a good one too.
Yes.
That's what someone was asking for. That I think it was Ben B earlier was asking for Godzilla. Very nice.
Yeah, I think he's on the shop, right?
Let's see if I can. Are you guys seeing this?
Your phone
Kind of.
rotated.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, hang on.
Oh,
So it's
you're okay. Oh, wow.
That works.
All right, so there's Godzilla. Sorry, the
98 Godzilla.
airing right off. So here's,
Now, in your book, does it have sections? Like, do you go, okay, this is horror section, and then this is...
I'm paging through the horror section now.
Oh, I've seen this.
Oh,
one
that's
before,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
That's so awesome.
History of horror, like all the most iconic guys.
Nice.
Here's my Jason Voorhees.
Very nice.
There's like little peanut Jason. And there's he's carrying Freddy's head right
course.
there.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
Jorge just said he's buying the book.
Oh, thanks, man. Here's werewolves. Here's vampires. So you start out with Nosferatu and Bela Lugosi, Christopher. This is Lost Boys.
Yep, that's great.
Bram Stoker's Dracula, and of course, I'm sorry I had to include Twilight, but he is pretty significant.
He is
That's
sparkling.
I mean, I guess you could have done Angel instead, but that's okay.
Or Tom Cruise.
Mummies. Yeah. Here's Ghosts. Here's the little famous
Nice.
one of my other favorite movies, Ghostbusters.
Dude, Slimer looks so good.
Oh, thanks. Here's Zombies, History of Zombies, History of Witches.
Oh,
Nice.
Hocus
Bellatrix.
Pocus.
Heck yeah.
Come on.
There's,
Jeff
Fly,
Goldblum with the fly. Nice.
as he's kind of like mutating.
The Fly. God, that movie was great.
Yes, look at that. Heck yeah.
And he wasn't really a horror character, but I didn't really know where else to put him. But this Hellboy.
Right. Everyone's freaking out apparently in the chat right now.
Yes, there it is.
But yeah, so here's so just to kind of like show you guys like a little bit more in depth. So I have like musicians. So here's Michael Jackson, Madonna, and then I have a whole bunch of Star Wars.
There's Star Wars for Jedi.
There you go.
A whole bunch of Star Wars, Mandalorian.
Dang, you have a lot of Star
Yeah.
Wars.
And then I've got a ton of like kind of cartoon characters.
Ooh,
Right.
O2.
Those,
There's
then this is
Leonardo.
Bros, yeah.
Always.
All the X-Men characters, all the Marvel MCU characters, DC characters, all the Batman villains. And then here's like the Batmans from the media, movies and television, and then here's Batmans from the comic books.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then in the back, there's a ton of
Gremlins. Yeah.
what I call evolution. These are just like before and after shots.
Okay.
The like, here's Arthur Fleck before and
Oh,
after.
man.
Some of these are like superhero origins.
Mm-hmm.
Here's like Billy Batson and Shazam. Here's Tony Stark and Iron Man.
Oh, where's Asian Tony Stark? He would love that.
He's
Tony,
on here.
see there? Steve Rogers and Captain America. So yeah, you get the idea. And then, so yeah, here's a little shop of horrors. Here's another horror one. Here's Michael Myers.
Yep.
A lot of people may not remember, but this was his outfit.
Yeah, he took his mask off. Yeah.
When he was a little kid, yeah.
Here's I actually haven't posted this one online, but you guys can get a first look at it. This is
Ooh.
American Werewolf.
See.
Very nice.
Oh my God.
They live.
Alejandro asked if you have any WWF like old school wrestlers.
Yeah, I have a wrestler in here somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, this is like
Andre.
Oh, you do.
I don't really have a ton, just this one, but basically like Andre, Hulk,
Ultimate Warrior.
God,
Randy Savage.
was Slim
Randy
Jim,
Savage.
Macho
Randy
Man.
Savage.
yeah, Rock,
Rock.
and
John Cena.
Nice.
So in this, I didn't do the typical thing. I actually, if you look at the background, it's actually the wrestling ropes as like kind of a design,
There you go.
kind of a subtle thing.
And
So-
someone else asked if you did Stranger Things other than what's behind me.
I did a Stranger Thing Demogorgon evolution, but it's
Josh.
not in the book since it was a private gallery commission.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So
I gotta go hunt that down.
Yep. Hunt down the private commission. Who bought this? Where do you live?
yeah, it's on my Instagram somewhere. About maybe
Here, can I
Yep.
show?
I want to say.
Here, I'll stand on this side so they can see Joyce Byers there.
Okay.
That's at least one of
I got
them.
Oh, and it's about to die. Hang on one sec.
Uh-oh. That's awesome. Would you like a peanut? That's right.
Okay. Man, I had 100%. I just zapped it all the way.
Woo! That's what we
That's how
do.
Zoom
That's what
is.
That's what we do around here.
Ed asked if you had any Star Trek in your book.
I do, but
Oh.
it's the Star Trek Captains. Should I give you a sneak peek? I haven't
Sure.
actually this yet. But
Oh, it's the new one, huh?
it's brand new. I haven't showed this to anybody yet.
Oh, nice. Like everyone's like, Ed is sold now.
So here's
Oh yeah.
all the captains: Captain Kirk, Picard.
Picard!
What was his name? Avery Brooks is the actor. I can't remember his name though.
I can't remember. Ed would
sorry.
know.
Janeway, and then from Enterprise and Discovery.
Nice.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
My memory
It
is like.
says he's sold now.
And then for my Simon Pegg evolution, here's
Son of Peg evolution, sweet.
Hot Fuzz. Nice.
so you've got Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Star Trek, Ice Age, At World's End, and Star Wars.
Asworld End is like such an underrated movie. I love that film.
Dude, like as far as I'm concerned, Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright could do nothing. Like those
Pretty
guys
much. Pretty much.
100%, man. Absolutely.
So that was Captain Sisko, I believe, is what he was saying.
are. Cisco. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I
I was
would
right.
never-
He sang the thong song. Yeah, of course.
That's right. Of course.
Wow. That brings
Oh, Josh, you found the Demogorgon.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, good. Okay.
So he found it on your Instagram.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, everyone that's
sorry.
not here is missing out. That's right, Jesse.
Yep.
Not big time.
man.
That
oh,
was great
crud.
fun. Yes, they are. They're saying in the chat.
So, if you don't mind, would you mind showing the giveaway one more time, just so the chat can get an idea of what they have a chance of winning?
You could win this beautiful Thanos print showing the evolution. This is comic Thanos on the top row from his original appearance, the way Jim Starlin drew him, to his Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet miniseries. Right. And then this is his MCU look from his first appearance when he got the gauntlet through his Endgame battle armor. And then as he's disappearing, you can kind of see him like dust.
He should have won.
Yeah, I agree.
He does win 14 million.
What do you guys feel about the MCU going forward? Because I feel like Endgame kind of tied everything up with such a beautiful bow that I don't know. I feel like anything that they do after this is just going to be kind of
it'd be a letdown, right?
It's just kind of extra stuff.
It's like they kind of went out on such a high bar. Like, oh my god, what do you do from here?
Yeah,
I don't know.
For myself, I'm way more excited about Spider-Verse than I am about the MCU anymore.
I think
the MCU that's just kind of like, okay, it's run. What was it? 20 years? 20 years already?
No.
10 years.
10 years. 10 years already. I'm good.
No, you just got to get over the hump. They got to get through boring Black Widow and Eternals and realize it's time to bring in X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Yes,
and then
X-Men.
we're gonna have some stuff.
They do.
Spider-Verse is just one movie. I'm excited for Spider-Verse, but it's one movie.
But Tony and Steve are no longer going to be around, and those guys were like my favorite characters of the series. So
right,
can't can't really get excited about Captain Marvel and I don't know, Black Widow. Yeah, that's fine. Black Widow feels like to me like an after dinner mint.
It is, right? It's like, oh, all right.
It's like, okay, it's gonna fill in some gaps in the timeline, but it's not really like essential.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's the problem with Black Widow is there is no loom of danger or threat because we know how she dies.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it's like,
I don't.
guess
They
learning-
should just send it to
learning-
Disney Plus and just let's get on with it.
right.
I guess the only thing is just learning about her sister that is supposedly she's going to be the next part of the MCU. So I guess that's the only takeaway from that.
Right.
Okay.
I agree with Meg. She says I could watch 20 more good MCU films. Yep.
Well, that's for sure. If they are good, yeah.
Yeah,
If they-
good.
If they're good, I'm so on board. I'm a huge the series. I feel like it's gonna either repeat itself or it's gonna be kind of inconsequential. Like they've really got to do something new.
Well,
to
Ed
really
says Secret Wars, and Secret Wars have potential to be really exciting if they. I mean, I trust Kevin Feige to pull it off.
I do too. Kevin Feige said he's going to do Star Wars now, so I'm not sure how much influence it's actually going to have.
Yeah, but the Russo brothers have already confirmed that they are going to do Secret Wars. They're not done with the MCU. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that's encouraging.
yeah, they talked to Collider like a few months ago and said that.
Interesting.
I think
How that
I think
works.
Star Wars needs to stick with Mandalorian for a little while and kind of. I don't know if they need to make any more movies right now.
Mandalorian doesn't have any. Mandalorian has one character.
Right, exactly. I don't need a
That
whole
character's
nother
Baby Yoda. Okay, if you take him out of the show, no one would be interested in it. It's a great for Star Wars fans, but it reached critical pop culture mass because of one character.
Well,
I'll totally agree with you.
Now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I haven't been caring about much of what Star Wars is doing in their films.
No,
So
the
you
la-
don't watch Clone Wars or Rebels either. So
That's true.
I'm like a diehard Star Wars fan from way back, and it's like the last three movies, like Last Jedi, Solo, and Rise of Skywalker, have just been absolutely atrocious for me. So
Wow.
It's a Disney thing. It's, you kind of have to let it go at this point. Be like,
it's
Let
definitely
it
not a
go.
Disney thing.
Let it go.
yeah.
I mean, listen, I want them to turn it around. I love these franchises. I want to keep supporting them and want to,
Same here.
as good as they could possibly be.
Well, they're already doing really cool things, like I said, with Mandalorian. That, I feel, is bringing me back into Star Wars when I lost total interest.
Yeah, I love Mandalorian. It's great.
Yeah.
Definitely a good show. Meow.
Oh, do we have a guest?
Are we going to share?
Star?
Are we going to share the guest? It's like, what happened? Oh, gone.
Camera shot.
Ah, darn it.
Learn being camera shy from you. I see how it is. All right.
So, Jeff, I know that we were talking about cons earlier. Was there any cons that was your favorite to go to or be a part of?
My favorite to go to was San Diego. My favorite to be a part of was WonderCon.
Oh.
WonderCon. Ooh, nice. Yeah.
I wonder if
WonderCon
it was WonderCon then.
The most fun, the best artist alley. It's not quite so crowded. Like usually at San Diego, like you're constantly just pushing and you have to apologize for everyone for bumping into them, and it's a little too much for me. But WonderCon I think is the best. Like I get the biggest kick out of going to San Diego just because it's the best cosplay, it's the best toy reveals, the best just walking. My favorite thing to do there, the highlight of my trip, is to go to the sideshow booth, which is like where they have all the statues and hot toys and all that high-end collectible stuff that I can never hope to afford.
Yeah, just to look at it.
Right.
Look at it. That's the one time a year that you get to see this stuff. Like I don't, I'll never see these, $3,000 statues again in person. So, but damn, if it's
true.
Not exciting to see them all lined up there.
That dude, absolutely.
We spent like an hour or two on whatever day.
Yeah, we're just like staring at everyone intently, like, look at the detail on Captain America's suit, and look at this.
Well, that's why I always have a problem whenever I go with like my wife or something, because she's like, "Okay, stop looking at the toys.
Stop.
Let's move on."
Yeah, but they got
go
the detail
find Henry
right,
Cavill.
though.
Let's find Henry Cavill. I want to look at him.
Yeah, I took a couple of years ago to what hot toys, because she didn't know anything about collectibles. She's not a nerd at all. So I took her to show, and I'm like, look how realistic. They really like sculpted it. And she's like, yeah, it's okay.
Right. All right.
Kind of looks like him, I guess. And I'm like, no. I'm like, 10 years ago, like you would never even dream to, own a figure like this. Like this is like leaps and bounds. It's revolutionary. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
They don't get it.
So I actually, when I started collecting like Funko, my wife had no idea what I was doing. She thought it was so bizarre, thinking, "Oh my God, my husband's lost it. He bought a car that's 30 plus years old. Now he's buying all these toys and stuff like that." And I took her to Fun Days.
What is that?
So Fun Days, actually, Trevor, you might be able to explain what Fun Days is a little bit better.
Fun Days is Funko's annual celebration where they gather 1,800 of their biggest fans together and have their biggest exhibition night where they have new reveals for the upcoming 6 months, and then they give away their specialized versions of Freddy Funko where he's themed up as Star Wars or Marvel characters or what have you.
Oh, those must be the ones that I see online for like $200 or $400 or whatever.
Yep. Trying to scalp them,
Yeah.
Sells out in seconds.
So I took her there one year with all these guys too, and she goes, "Okay, I get it. I understand now."
Yeah,
because it's a gigantic
people,
party.
Screaming for 2 hours, just amped up
Pretty
and
much.
excited for whatever Funko does.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So-
Well, the giveaway has ended, huh?
Oh, it has?
Do we want to pick a winner?
No, let's not.
Save it till next week.
Tune in next week.
To be continued, just like in Back to the Future. I like it.
You know that they added to be continued at the end of the first movie as a joke? They weren't going to make a second movie.
Well, there you go.
And then it ended up being such a big hit that they ended up doing it.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And do you remember Back to the Future 2 and 3 were shot simultaneously? That was such a unique thing that had never been done before.
Dude, it blew my mind when I saw a trailer for the next movie after it ended. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
Like they already filmed the next movie?
That's why it only
Unreal.
took 6 months for them to release
Yep.
number 3 right after number 2.
Yeah. Anyways, we should probably pick a winner, huh?
Okay. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Who's it gonna be?
Hey, it's Jessica.
all right.
Nice. Wow. Rigged.
Oh, dude,
Rigged.
totally rigged. I
Nice.
think she won.
She won last week as
She
well.
won last week as well.
That's awesome.
Good job,
knows
Jessica.
the code.
Heck yeah.
She knows the
She's
formula.
like up, down, left, right, A, B. Yeah, she knows the code.
Oh, the Konami code.
Yep. That's some pops.
Dude, that is fantastic.
Well,
Everyone's
congrats.
going crazy.
Evolution of Thanos.
Nice.
Yee! Very
Man,
cool.
Well, thanks
Well,
for coming
thank you.
on.
Do you wanna pimp yourself out a little bit more? Talk about your book. Talk about how people can follow you, where they
All
can
that.
find more about you.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for those of you who listened to the whole thing. That's awesome. I'm going to talk with these guys about somehow getting you those pictures of Batman and Marty McFly. So if you want one of those, as a JPEG, it's all
There you
yours.
go.
We'll figure something out. Something out and get those to you. As far as following me, I'm Jeff Victor Art, Jeff Victor, like victory art, and that's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's it. I can't think of anything else. Okay, so this is what I really am excited to show you guys. This is the brand new Evolutions book. It's shipping in a couple weeks, so just be patient. But I just got my book shipment in, and I'm just kind of processing them and signing them and sketching in them and doing all that stuff now before I start shipping them. So that'll be ready to go. But if you pre-order it now, as soon as I'm ready, it'll get to you probably in the next couple weeks.
Awesome.
And find that on my Big Cartel website, and a link to that is on my Instagram.
Awesome.
Yes.
So
Good chance.
yeah,
And my cart has already got one in there, so
thank you.
make sure to scoop them up quick, everybody, because
Before
they
we do.
will go.
Alex
Yeah.
is buying them all for resale.
Resale, baby. They're skyrocketing on eBay.
A lot of big money on eBay. So once they're gone, I'm not doing any reprints. So
All right.
Ooh,
Noted.
once they're gone, they're
Get 'em
gone.
now.
I'm gonna want mine personalized though, so I can't resell mine.
oh, well, if you want to, I mean, I sign all of them. Anyone that orders a book, I sign it.
Oh,
But if you want to, make sure you put a little note or DM me or something, and we'll, I'll make sure that I can do that for you.
It's awesome.
Very cool. Wow, that's very kind of you.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. Hey, if you're kind enough to buy a book for me, it's like the least I could do, really.
That's awesome. Yeah, very cool. Cool.
That's it for us then. Unless you, Alex, you want to tell us where they can find us online?
Oh yeah, that's something that I do every week. I do that. So let me pull that stuff up.
Because I can't.
Hey everybody, make sure you follow us over on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, all at The Secondary Heroes. And if you haven't already, please rate and review our podcast over on iTunes, because all this is free for you and it's priceless to us.
It is.
Cool. And thanks everyone who joined us tonight. Be
Yeah,
sure
thank you
to
Yeah.
keep
I hope
tuning
I
in
was-
Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific.
It was so great to meet you guys. You're a delight to talk with, and I could honestly go on for another couple hours about pop culture and stuff.
Heck
So
yeah, man.
Hey, we
Yeah,
could
we gotta
always
bring you
use
back.
guests
That's
for
right.
the actual podcast. So we might take you up on that offer.
please do. Yeah, I mean, just to get to talk to anybody after, because I live alone, so I like to.
Right? I think we all, like, a lot of us are in that situation right now. We get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
COVID. Well, cool, man. Thanks for joining us. Even everyone in the chat as well. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, and we're gonna try
yeah.
to raid somebody who's currently doing some art. So if anybody knows anybody who's
An
drawing
artist.
right now, I'm gonna try to figure this out eventually.
Yeah, we want to raid somebody.
We'll learn how to do it eventually.
How to raid? We are the raiders of the lost mines.
Oh
If-
wow, that's good.
You like
If
that?
one-
Huh?
Stick around after the stream cuts off, and I can send you those JPEGs if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll still be here.
Perfect. Yeah,
just
we'll
gonna cut.
definitely stick around.
We'll just cut the stream. That's all.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're just trying to figure out who we want to raid right now. Once we raid that person, then boom, yeah, we'll be able to chit chat a little bit more.
And
Yeah.
we shall see.
These
So if
ads
anyone
are
in the
showing up.
chat-
Otherwise, I would see through this quicker.
I know you're like,
Oh,
do I
yeah, that's like a
subscribe to
new
them or
thing.
not? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
well, I
kinda
guess
forces
it's
you to
not really a
subscribe.
new thing. The whole ads thing.
Well,
It's
this
is-
just annoying.
Oh, here we go.
Twitch's thing.
Here's somebody who's working on my first commission. Come chat. Chill
Ooh.
stream.
Ooh,
Yeah,
here we
okay.
go.
Perfect.
All right.
So make sure that you hashtag secondary raid.
And if you
For
have our emoticon, be sure to spam
that
that in
too.
there too.
oh, I love our emoticon. That thing is awesome.
Now I got to sub to it so I could get it.
Well, you're
I
not
was
subbed
actually gifted.
to the secondary
someone-
heroes. What?
Someone gifted it to me. Mark, I believe.
Josh. My gosh.
I can give me
rude.
my own podcast.
We're almost there. Almost there.
He's like, that's fun. I'm gonna draw.
Well, so I really
Oh,
so
We're
I'm
rating.
a visual.
Hold on. Leave.
Oh, we are rating right now.
Yep. That's what it
Oh,
says.
okay. Well, no, it just says it right there. It says it in
Everybody-
our chat.
We'll talk to you next time.
The
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Okay, so now we just jumped over here. Now we're just hitting them with secondary raid, with our emote. All right. Oh, that's nice. She's loving it.
Aw.
Oh, that's
so excited.
cute. She's excited. Okay. Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to hear was make sure that she. I just wanted to make sure because last week we did that and they didn't even acknowledge the
I
fact that
know.
we
This
showed
is
up.
much better. Good job, Trevor, for picking this one. Ooh, I
Yeah.
can see that person she's drawing has. I can see her panties. Okay. Anyway,
What?
she's drawing like the anime girls that like have the skirts that are blowing up.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
Okay.
pretty funny.
So Jeff, thanks again, man. This was awesome. Yeah. Trevor, how should he send this stuff to us?
If you can just, I mean,
Or just
I emailed you today. Yeah.
Yeah, to you that way.
Yeah, because then I'll just, I had people reach out to us on Twitter, and I'll just send it along once I have the file.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually making individual files right now for you. And as far as the Thanos print, how are you going to do it? You're going to send me the address of the person that won, and then I'm going to mail it out, or am I sending it to you, or what am I doing?
Whatever easiest for you.
I could send it directly to the winner. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I can respond with the address.
Okay.
Didn't Jesse send you a whisper?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I know her address, but yeah.
Cool. I know she wins every week, so yeah. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
And so if I wanted, because I am definitely going to be ordering a book, how can I get it personalized? I know that you are. Go ahead. Sorry.
Send me a direct message on Instagram or on email, and just let me know like what you want me to say exactly. Let me know who you are, so I know. I can say you're from the chat, or because I don't know your real name other than DeLorean.
Yeah, I'm Alex. Sorry.
So yeah, just let me know who you are and that you requested a personalized thing. It's free. Just let me know.
Cool, man. Awesome. Well, then I will check out in here, and yeah, I'll write you.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool, man. Excellent.
Well, thanks for this, man. This was a lot of fun.
And yeah, just thanks for the I can't talk. Thanks for the opportunity. To reach more people and to chat and everything. Fun.
I learned how to do your Batman.
Hey, there you That's good.
That's off of what I saw you do. I was like, oh, so that's how people draw. I want to be better.
All it takes is just a lot of damn practice.
Yeah, seriously, man.
The magician's secrets are revealed. That's why we have you on, to learn all your dirty secrets. Learn how you draw.
The dirty secret, that's $5.99 a minute. But
okay.
Okay. A fans only page, I hear.
Very nice. That's funny.
Nice. Well, very cool, man. And definitely, if you don't mind, we'll probably take you up on that offer to be a guest to talk more like pop culture stuff and to actually do a full, like, actual podcast episode with you, because
it'd be fun.
I mean, you obviously know what you're talking about, and you actually have opinions about this type of stuff. So I know that you said that you're a bit of an introvert, but it doesn't show right now, so that's good.
No.
Oh well, I'm in my house, so this is very.
No, okay.
Yeah. There's no one else here. It's great.
In my house, then yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. Well, very cool, man.
Yeah, great meeting you guys, and have a great night. And
you too.
You too.
Again.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Good talking to you.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
See you later, Jeff. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.